The Porsche Macan accounts for almost 30% of the sales at Porsche. It's an important model, and this is obviously the last one before you guys all know it's fully electric now. Porsche sent me this Macan T for me to sample this past week, and I think that is a really great package. For 1.6 million rand, it's an easy, well, not so easy, but it's an affordable way for you to get into the Porsche brand, and I think that it's well justified. These days, the likes of the GLC 300D, the X330D, the SQ5, they all cost almost the same price as the Porsche Macan T, so why not be fancy and just go for a Porsche? What they've done here is give you this really cool front apron. It's got a front camera as well on there with this color which they call agate gray or agate gray. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's really good looking, and I think it stands out obviously on a white car as opposed to this color that I have, but I think it also still pops out on here. We've got these 20-inch alloys, these light wheels, which are really cool. The nice thing that they've also done, this ride has been lowered by 15 mils, which is quite cool, so it gives it a really sportier stance and just makes it really sporty. These lines that run across the bonnet, obviously emphasizing that sportier stance from a Porsche. Then you still have these agate gray side mirrors with an indicator lamp in it, as well as a camera on there. Then you come on across the side, this Macan T panel, which is also in that agate gray, which I think looks quite cool. Some really cool contrasting black bits which work on this car, and I think that this color is something that I'd go for. Yes, I did mention white will make everything pop up, but I think that it works right on here. So at the rear, you've got what I think is a really good looking rear end, a light bar that's running across, and obviously this light bar was given as an update to the Macan range, a Porsche badging in there with really good looking 3D effect, as well as your Macan T badging in agate gray. A really good looking diffuser with these quad tailpipes which are all blacked out, and they sound incredible. Sounds really good in sport, and some nice quirkiness to it, man. You don't have any buttons on here, giving it a really clean look. So for you to open your tailgate, you just press right here by your wiper, which is quite cool. You're met with tons of boot space, which I think is quite cool. I mean, especially for a car of this size and this magnitude, I think for what it is here, obviously it's enough. It's enough room. Obviously, I've got my bag in there, and you can kind of see how much bags of mine can get in there, but I think it's quite cool. And then you've got your spare tire on here, obviously a biscuit, but I think it does work, and your tire repair kit. So yes, let's jump inside and I will show you everything, but I think that it's a really good looking tail end. They've done a lot of work. Just look at that. You join me inside of the Porsche Macan T, and I think it's so worthy noting that this steering wheel is obviously the new Porsche steering wheel, and it looks really gorgeous, multifunctional as well, with your drive mode switch toggle on here, which makes things so much easier, and without having to faff around anywhere else, you know exactly where you are on your steering wheel. The nice thing also about this is that you've got a 20 seconds power mode that you can just press on there, and it will give you a spot response for you to overtake and all that stuff, which is really things that are good, that have been thought out of by the engineers. You've got The materials in here, guys, just impeccable. Solid stitching, solid materials that are just sturdy, everything, obviously, just to emphasize the quality of that Porsche brand. And I think it's just really good. These GTS seats are really comfortable, and whether you are taking anything, it's gorgeous. Let's just close that sunroof. A panoramic sunroof in here as well, obviously, just a lot of light and just that ambience that comes in. A 10.25 inch screen with a Apple CarPlay. Unfortunately, no Android Auto, but I think that it is clear and responsive. I've been struggling to essentially just get everything on the entire screen, but that's not, it's not that hectic. I'm sure you can extend it somehow. I'm just not really trying to surf around with anything. But it's a really good looking thing. You still have buttons for, obviously, volume and your temperature, which is just really good. This panel does obviously get a lot of fingerprints because it is in piano black, but everything else is responsive. When you touch, you do feel there is haptic feedback, which is quite cool. So you don't have to be looking when you touch. And I mean, once you buy the car, it shouldn't take you that long for you to figure out what's going on. Everything is just inside, in clear, and ready for you to use. The passenger side is quite cool. I wish this was a passenger screen, if there was an option for a passenger screen, but it does look really good. Obviously, this trim, aluminum trim that's going on there, just showing that premiumness of the car. This car is paired to a 7-speed PDK, and gee whiz, it's gorgeous. It drives incredible, snappy, instant response, and I like it. I mean, obviously with the Macan T, it's more sporty. The ride has been lowered by 15 mils to ensure that it's sportier in terms of wherever you're going. But I do think that they've put in a lot of work in the interior. It's really good. Oh, what am I doing? It's sturdy. It just feels great. The drive is, like I've mentioned, really sporty, direct. It's ample power for this car and what it's meant to do. It's not obviously the biggest thing. It's not a V6 anymore. It's a 2-liter, but I'm happy with it. People do know that this is the Golf GTI engine, just uprated with that power, and you money in terms of the purchase price. But anyway, you've got four drive modes: normal, sport, sport plus, as well as individual. And I think for me, sport has just been really the most perfect mode to be in terms of the pipes, how it drives. It's sporty, responsive as well, and you've got the entire pops that we all like. If you guys can hear that, but it sounds really good. Like I'm talking about, also, like I spoke earlier on mentioning this PDK, snappy, really quick, responsive, and just really knows how to deliver well. 400 Newton meters in here. It's just ample power. It's not too much power that you feel like you're going to lose it. The drive is really inspiring as well. Really, the steering wheel is direct. You know exactly where the car is at all times. You never feel like you're going to lose it. And obviously, that's also because of that 4-wheel drive system. It also shows you where the power is being delivered right on the screen here. You can see exactly where your power is, your torque is being sent to you, whether it's the front or the rear. But I do feel that it's more rear biased because I always see it here sending more power to the rear. If we can just go, this is now our cliche corner, and it goes all the way, obviously in Porsche style, in terms of revving, and you can easily just reach incredible numbers in the blink of an eye. So great car for those moms or great car for those dads who just want to be, you know, daily. This is a Porsche to daily, and it drives really cool. There we go. Sounds really cool. The steering wheel knows exactly what it's doing at all times. Just really pointy. My word. Obviously, because it's a Porsche, you've got launch control. And you will keep doing the launch control over and over and over and over without it really getting tired. Just grips all around. And I think brakes as well, very inspiring brakes, confidence inspiring. So it's a really great car. Now, in terms of verdict, there is the likes of the Mercedes-Benz GLC 300 diesel, there is the X3 30D, there is its sister, which is the Audi Q5. And for me, it's so simple where I'm going to spend my money. Right now, the Mercedes-Benz has become so expensive. I had one on test, the 220 diesel, which was also spec'd at 1.2 something million rand, so 1.6 million rand, sorry. And when you look at the price of this in terms of 1.6 million rand, why not just, you know, get introduction into the Porsche brand? So I do think that they've put a lot of work in here. It is a great product. Would I buy it? Yes, I would definitely buy it. Yeah, don't forget to keep liking, commenting, and subscribing. Thank you for 4,000 subscribers. We are 1,000 away from 5,000, and I did say that I'll be giving away something really great at 5,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for the support, continued support, and thank you to Porsche for lending me this incredible little thing, which I think drives amazing. Don't also forget to use the link in my bio for you to get any codes for your Porsches or anything instantly. Goodbye, but I have to leave you with Pops.